Now, a lot of times we hear people talking about what victims would want, but in survey after survey and talking to victims directly in BIPOC communities, the community in District 2 is largely at risk for violence at greater proportions than other places in the city. But largely, they say two things. They first want to make sure that what happened to them doesn't happen again, and they want support, better support through the systems. We've had business owners in the city of Seattle talk about, I can call police, it takes them a long time to respond, but even if they come, it's not really helping me move forward, but something like a victim compensation fund or more support or something like that would happen. How do you think we could better support victims of crime in the city, and how do you think that might change the overall feeling of safety?
Yes. So, for example, there have been about 14 robberies in the Beacon Hill, Rainier Beach area, mostly targeting Asian American seniors, but they're targeting young and old people as well. And so in those instances where they're targeting non-English speakers, we're seeing that not only are people not reporting in a timely manner, but they're not reporting at all, because that structure has not been put in place to help our immigrant, refugee, non-English speaking community. There's one survivor who I met recently who was severely traumatized by this experience. This person can't sleep at night. They have nightmares, and it's very obvious they need a lot of support. But that support structure has not been put into place, especially if you're a non-English speaker. So we were working with this person on connecting them to agencies to help. They have a $5,000 Harborview bill they have to pay, working 2 jobs each, as well as dealing with all this trauma. And so we need something in place to help survivors, especially if they're refugee, non-English speaking immigrant community members, to have access to these services, to be able to get assistance in paying their bills, or assistance in being able to get therapy or other help that they may need. And that's, navigating the process is very difficult. Also, with these 14 burglaries, the community was not notified. I don't know why they waited until 14 to get the word out. And even now, we're not entirely sure what the circumstances are. We know that for one instance, this person was followed from King's Plaza. But, how do we stop these from happening by watching out for each other? Especially, if these are starting out King's Plaza or other grocery stores, how can we allow for these marketplaces to keep an eye out for each other, make sure that they're not being followed? Just getting the word out is very difficult, and I wish there'd be more city agencies working with our nonprofits and organizational partners who are in these communities to get the word out, as well as to help connect survivors to resources. So I agree that there is a huge lack, but I think we really need to work together to build upon what we have.